Hello there and welcome to another video. Make sure you subscribe. Now today is National Non-League Day, which always falls on an international break day, so that people who don't normally watch non-league football can go and enjoy non-league football for a change. Now obviously I'm always watching non-league football, so I'm not quite in that category, but I thought, where can I go today? There's so many options over here in the northeast, but I thought, you know what, why not go to one of my favourite football grounds? So here I am in the County Durham hills in the small town or large village of Towlaw, and you can just see the ground in the background there. You can see the lights. And why do I love this ground? Well, it's one of the highest in the country. Some say it's in the top 3 along with Buxton and Bacup Borough, and for that reason a lot of people call it the coldest ground in England as well. Now today's about 12 degrees, which is positively tropical for Towlaw, so, but I've got my jumper on anyway. And not just that, but on a slightly clearer day you can get wonderful views of the County Durham countryside over here. Now I've done a full video on Towlaw before, which you can find elsewhere on my channel, but as I'm driving along I'll give you a little bit of background for those who haven't yet seen that. As you can see, it's more or less like a one-street town on a hill, but the football club Towlaw Town is where former England international winger Chris Waddle started his career when he was working in a sausage factory before he went on to great things with Newcastle and Spurs and Marseille and Sheffield Wednesday. It's a bit of an awkward place to get to for ground hoppers who don't drive, because it's not really on any frequent bus routes. But if you can drive, it's a really good place to come. Just on this corner. Indeed, we have the football ground up here. Let's see if I can get parked on the side. Now the number of cars parked in here suggests to me that there might be quite a decent crowd today, considering Towlaw normally only get about 60 to 100 fans. So you can park right next to the ground as well. Anyway, on to today's match. The match today is between Towlaw Town and Easington Colliery. Now Towlaw Town are rock bottom of the league, although strangely they seem a bit more competitive than last season when they finished second bottom but weren't relegated because of the restructuring of the league. Easington Colliery meanwhile are right bang in the middle of the table in 12th after getting promoted in the playoffs last year, so they're probably exceeding expectations. Here we go down this hill. Yes, the ground's literally on a hill. Plenty of people parked down the road here as well, so who knows, maybe we'll have 120, 130 today. And the ground's called the Ironworks Ground on Ironworks Road, which tells you a lot about the sort of history of the town and its heritage, ironworks. And you can even park right next to the ground in here. And if no one's watching, you can probably watch the game here. First impressions, what a lovely ground, and look at the slope on it. We'll look a bit more closely at that in a minute. One thing you'll notice a lot in this ground is there's lots of really good signage. And you've got that one there, then you've got this old style one here, look. So if it was a non-match day, you'd be going into the clubhouse just here. Here's the turnstile, which I'm going to in a minute. Can you see the hill that it's on? It's massive. Time to go in. Alright mate, alright. Oh yeah, there you go. Which is it, sorry? Is it 7? 5? Oh, beautiful. Thank you, sir. No worries. 7 it was, yeah. Alright, no worries. Yeah, I'll take 1, please.
Thank you. Was the real toilet up here?
It's just, thank you very much. So I'm just walking around the ground a little bit. I'm going to talk to Club Secretary Steve Morley in a minute about sort of the last couple of difficult seasons and a few other little anecdotes. Before we get there, here's the toilets, relatively new toilet block. I went in there on the last video, and this is the players' entrance and changing rooms. just coming in after the pre-match. So yeah, just on the other side of the ground, I'm talking to Steve. Doesn't want to be on camera, so we'll just look at the ground. So Steve, just like the last couple of seasons, what actually happened at the start of last season that sort of disrupted the club, if you can say?
It all got a bit difficult because obviously we're just a small club. Finances played a big part. Things like players wanting little bits and pieces extra which the club couldn't sustain. The budget was going to have to be cut, and at that point the manager at the time decided that he couldn't do it on that budget, so he left, and consequently all the players left. So it was a total rebuild job with Scott Nicholson coming in initially as manager.
So what kind of players did you have to get in for last season? Were they mostly youngsters and stuff, or what?
Very, very young players, very little Northern League experience.
Yeah.
And I think the results last season particularly showed it was men against boys.
Because a lot of the time they might have the skill, but it's a physical league, isn't it? And they're coming up against journeymen who just know the league.
Well, we went down to Bishop Auckland last season, down to Heritage Park there, and it was a 12-0 absolute thrashing.
Yeah. Literally men against boys.
Yes.
Right, so that was the back end of last season. You basically finished second bottom and didn't get relegated because of the restructuring, didn't you? You had a little surge at the end to not finish bottom.
Yeah, that's right. We put a little run together and managed to get to above bottom place.
RCA. Yeah. So, and then this season, what's changed, if anything, this season?
Well, last season we had to make a change because the players that we had were just like too young. As we said, it was men against boys. So Scott Nicholson was replaced by Dion Raitt. He played previously for the club, and we've just done a steady rebuild.
Right, so obviously with games running out, despite your form, it looks like you'll get relegated this season unless, you know, some teams go under or something. So what do you think the repercussions will be for next year?
Well, there's only 2 go down, and obviously there's still more than that in the mix, so we are still fighting to stay up. We'd like to stay up, but the reality is if we do go down, we will be looking to hold on to the squad that we've got and bounce back as quickly as we can, rebuild.
So Steve, do you want to tell me a little bit more about, say, the finances at this level, or what you want to do to the ground? Anything you like, really?
Obviously, yeah, finances vary from club to club. There's clubs that are paying absolute fortunes out ourselves. We're a small town, there's not much industry around here. We really do struggle for sponsorship. We try our hardest. We generate our own funds, but we do own our own ground, and we basically will never compromise the future of the club by paying over the odds, paying what we can't afford.
As you saw last season, yeah. And so what plans do you have for the grounds here?
Well, obviously everything revolves around finance. We've had an awful lot of grant funding through the club over a number of years. We've had something like £400,000 in 20 years.
Right.
Which has gone to things like the clubhouse, which was a flat roof. It's now a pitched roof. So our next plan is that we're possibly looking to put solar panels onto that, which will save on our energy bills and help sustain the club.
So solar panels onto the white clubhouse at the end there?
Yeah, on the 3 sides. The side facing the pitch, the side facing us now, and the side facing the road.
But everyone says there is no sun in Towler, so how's that going to work?
It does work. I've been assured by the companies we've spoken to that it will generate finance for us.
Did you say the wind turbine up there is actually broken?
Yeah, as you can see.
Because of high winds, ironically.
Yeah, ironically, the high winds were too high for it.
Oh, there you go.
Ripped the guts out of it,
there's your green agenda. The irony of it.
Yeah.
Right, the players have just come out, as you can see. Towler will be in the black and white stripes today. Easington usually in green and white, but they're in a sort of red and white stripe today.
Mags and Mackhams.
Mags and Mackhams, yeah. So true to form in Towler, it started raining a little bit, so you're getting the true Towler experience today. There we go, kick-off. I'm told Towler prefer kicking this end towards this end in the second half, so that's good for them today. You can really see the slope from over here going from top right to bottom left. When the ball goes over that corner, it's literally just rolling down the hill. Well, I've done a head count and I reckon the attendance is about 80, but I'll put it in the description when I know it at the end. So on a clear day, basically you can see it right out to the hills over there. It's wonderful views. 6 minutes gone, Easington getting on top at the moment, as you might expect. You can really see the slope there, going from left to right down there. Just on my customary wander around the ground. There's quite a lot of covered accommodation at this ground, which is one of the reasons I really like it. There's sort of quirky things on every side of it. Towler getting into the game now. Corner as the rain comes down. Shot coming in. Ooh. And I always think it's good when you go to a ground and you get the full, normal, authentic experience, and this weather is true Towler experience in the middle of March. And I say that with love. I think it's great here. Everyone should come here. It's not even windy today, can you imagine? So 41 minutes gone. It's been mostly easing in the last 20 minutes, but still 0-0. Towler having a rare attack here. Long throw coming. Clear push. 45 minutes. Easington direct free kick. Blocked first and deflected just wide. Corner. Chance way over the bar. Easington just not converting yet. Okay, it's half time. It's Towler Town 0, Easington Colliery 0. It's been pretty much mostly Easington Colliery, although Towler have battled well. But Easington were kicking down the hill that half, so it'll be interesting to see if the second half Towler get a few more chances. Right, so at half time I've got Steve Blackett here, who I spoke to last time I was here, and he's been a volunteer for a long time. So Steve, tell me, how long have you been a volunteer here at Towler?
Well, from 10-year-old and I'm now 73, so 63 years.
63 years, so you've seen pretty much everything in those times.
Yes.
So you saw the time that Towler nearly played Arsenal.
Yes.
Give me a quick 30 seconds and tell me what happened then again.
Well, the first round we beat Mansfield 5-1 in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Then home to Shrewsbury, winning 17 minutes to go. Give a daft goal away, then it once apiece.
Yeah.
And got beat down in Shropshire at Shrewsbury 6-2 on the Thursday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you'd had won that and held on for 10-15 minutes, you would have played Arsenal.
Yes.
Or Arsenal would have played here in the third round.
Yes.
In the snow.
Yes.
Probably. Yeah.
Frank McClintock was the captain.
Yeah. So you do loads of stuff around the ground. So tell me what you actually do now at the ground, and then afterwards what you used to do at the ground, or the things that you have done. So what do you do on the ground now?
Just merely mark the field out, paint the fence posts.
Yeah.
Still do a few bits of signs, paint them and that.
Yeah.
The grandstand and that.
So did you paint like the murals on the grandstand?
Yes.
Yeah, you did all that fine work. And so like, what's it like keeping care of this pitch on the hill with all the weather and everything?
Well, it's tricky, like.
Yeah. So
the drier the better.
Yeah, you get quite a few games postponed, don't you, just because of where it is?
Yes. Mainly fog.
Mainly fog. I mean, so just while it's half time, just to look at the ground, look, you've got proper terracing all along the side here. You've got a covered stand at that end. You've got a proper seated stand over there, nice and colourful. And you've got a bit of terracing behind that end as well. So there's just a little bit of everything on every side, which is the sort of grounds that I think a lot of us like to come and see. Right, start the second half. Let's see if Towler are any better going down the hill. You get a really good idea of the slope from down here, look. .49th minute and Easington have just won a penalty up at the other end. In the top corner, 49th minute, Easington take the lead, pretty deserved. And that's going up the hill as well. So it's 2-0 Easington. I thought I'd got the second goal before, but it seems like I missed it. But it's pretty much all Easington now. Goal back for Towlaw. 2-1 Easington now. Bit of a goal out of nothing. Cross from the side and it's sort of ball just bobbled into the corner. Game on. These portable goal nets are actually new within the last year. Towlaw having a really good little spell now since going 2-0 down. Free kick, good delivery, keeper takes it well. Chance, offside.
It's my nephew. Well done, Luke.
Corner.
House trim. Get up!
Ooh, nearly an equaliser. Towlaw pushing for an equaliser, another long throw but easily cleared.
Good lad, keep it going away, finish it off.
Away! Nice one, man.
Equaliser, 4 minutes left. Towlaw, great run from the left winger, crossed in, and Towlaw have equalised 2-2 with a few games left, a few minutes left. What a game! Great second half. Oh. 3-2 Easington, really poor defending. 3 minutes to stoppage time. 3-2 Easington. Can Towlaw get a injury time? Equaliser, another long throw coming in. Flicked on. And cleared. Through for an equaliser? Yes! In injury time, Towlaw 3, Easington 3. What a second half. Now pushing for a winner.
3 men under one.
Great cross. Ooh, goal kick. And there we go, full time. Towlaw Town 3, Easington Colliery 3. 6 goals in a brilliant second half. Easington will be disappointed that they didn't win it after being 2-0 and then 3-2 up right near the end. But Towlaw, for a team at the bottom of the league, what a brilliant sort of comeback they made. The left winger, probably the man of the match there. And what a great second half, 6 goals. Bit of niggle at the end of the match there between a couple of players. No need for it really. So as the rain comes down, I'm just going to have a quick look in this stand over here because we didn't look during the match, and then we'll go in the clubhouse and wrap it up. So this is the view just from the stand there. You can see like how great it's getting today. It's what, at 5 o'clock. Typical Towlaw kind of day. Just got Steve Blackett with me again, just gonna have a little look through the stand and look at these murals at the back here. View from the stand. So Steve, did you paint all this?
Yes.
How long did that take you to do?
Well, quite a while, bit by bit.
Bit by bit. It's lovely, isn't it? So it's got like the lawyer there of the lawyers, 1890 when it was formed, black and white stripes, all sorts. I love it. It's things like this that really make the ground come alive and make it look interesting. Doesn't matter how many people you have in when you have this sort of thing, which groundhoppers like to see. So Steve, this stand we're in now, it's been here since when?
1968.
1968 for this bit, spruced up a little bit. What about that stand that behind the goal there? When did that go up?
The same year.
68 as well?
68,
yeah. So I'm just going to walk into the clubhouse now and look at a little bit of memorabilia on the wall here. So this first thing here is Towlaw when they were Northern League champions 94-95.
Yeah, it's a brand new cup, that.
And that was the new trophy at the time for winning the first division, but there wasn't any direct promotion then. So this is stuff that I kind of got in my video last time, but you've got Towlaw at Wembley for the FA Vars final, was it? In 1998 when they lost to Tiverton Town of Devon, an old team from 1902. Let's walk into the busy clubhouse. Plenty of screens to watch stuff. See the black and yellow scarves there, those are Crook Town fans. Crook only 3 or 4 miles from here. It's the post-match food for the players. Players always come into the clubhouse after the match. A little bit more from the FA Vars in 1998. Really old picture from 1896. Okay, the clubhouse is cleaned out a lot now because a lot of the Easington fans and players have left, so it's time for me to leave as well. Thank you. Look how misty it is. Some would say a typical Towlaw day in March. Okay then, that's it for another video. I've spent non-league day here at Towlaw Town where it finished Towlaw 3, Easington Colliery 3 in an absolute thriller. This is one of my favourite grounds. If you can, I'd really recommend coming up here for a match. The club would really appreciate your support. There was, the attendance today, by the way, was 75, so I was nearly right with 80. So please subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.